So for question 1, okay, find the total ratio first, which in our case is 24. Okay, then tick what 12,000 times 13 over 24. Then you will prove that 6,500 car drive through the road toll on that day. Whereby for part 2, okay, calculate the numbers of trucks that drive through the toll on that day. So trucks ratio will actually be 8 over 24 multiplied by 12,000, then you get 4,000 truck. And then find the total amount paid on that day is 34,500. So simply take 6,500 times 2 plus 4,000 times 5 plus 12,000 times 3 over 24 times 1 equals to 34,500. So part C, this total amount is a decrease of 8%, okay, compared to last year. So previous year will actually be more. So 2013 times 92% equals to 34,500. Okay, the reason being of the present of 92% is the decrease. So just take 100 minus 8%, you will get 92. So divide them, then you get 37,500 as the final answer. So 2,750 of the 6,500 cars pay with credit card. So just take 2,750 divided by 6,500. Then you get 11 over 26. So for part E, find the rounding value first. Okay, just take 1,000 divided by 2, then you get 500. Okay, and then find the lower bound. So just make 90,000 minus 500. Then you'll be able to get the results as 89,500. Question 2, pretty straightforward. Simply substitute the value of -1, -0.5, 0.5 and 1 into the x position of the formula. Then you'll be able to construct the curve, okay, which looks as such. So for part C, okay, draw a suitable line. So it is actually the original formula equals to 2. Hence, okay, simply construct a line when y equals to 2. Okay, so there will actually be 3 points here, which is negative 1.3, negative 0.25, and 1.55. Okay, so for part D, so the equation has only one solution. So it will be anything, okay, that is less than 1.2, because beyond 1.2 there will be 2 to 3 possible outcomes instead. So part E, just draw a suitable tangent line at the point x equals to negative 1. Okay, so from that line itself, select 2 points, okay, and calculate its gradient. So the gradient value will actually be negative 1.36. So for question C and question E, there's actually an acceptable range of answer. You can just refer to the marking scheme. So no worries if your answer is slightly different from mine. So question 3, okay, so part 1 you can just refer to my drawings, then you'll be able to identify the answer. Part A, number 3, is the tricky one where you actually need to memorize it, or alternatively you can just use the coordinate of A shape multiplied by the matrix. Then you'll be able to identify that it is a reflection from the x-axis. Okay, I actually made a mistake. Okay, because the part that I drew in the question, okay, is actually reflection on y-axis instead. So I will attach a correction there. Okay, then you'll be able to check the answer. Whereby for part B, so single transformation A to B is actually an enlargement from the point 1, 0 with the scale factor of -3. So find the matrix which represent shape A to shape C. So this one is actually 0, negative 1, 1, 0. Question 4a. So find the value of x. Okay, the total will actually be 30. Hence, you add everything up, it will be equivalent to 30. After you run the calculation, then we get x equals to 5. So use set notation to describe the shaded region. So it's actually M intersect with C, okay? Whereby for part C, find the numbers, okay, how many values there is the C intersect with everything other than M union with B. Okay, so we actually be C only, so the results will be 3. Question D, find the probability that the student is a member of everything other than M. So everything other than M, it will be 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 equals to 8. So 8 over 30 equals to 4 over 15. So this will be the final probability. So write down the probability that the student has a bicycle. So total bicycle will actually be 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 1 equals to 14. So 14 over 30 equals to 7 over 15. So question E, 2 students are chosen at random, okay, who have computer, okay. So find the probability that this student has mobile phone but no bicycle, okay, has mobile phone but no bicycle, okay. Total computer will actually be 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 1, okay, and among those that has computer have mobile phone but no bicycle, it will be 6. So 6 over 17 times 5 over 16. So the final results will actually be 15 over 136. Question 5. Andre stands on a horizontal ground 294 meters from the foot of a vertical tower of 55 meters high. So I actually drew out the shape there for you to have a better visual illustration. So simply use tangent. Then you'll be able to identify the results as 10.6 degrees. So question 2, okay, simply use tangent 24.8 degree equals to 55 over unknown. So we actually get the unknown as 119 meter. However, we are required to find the new distance, okay, which is 175 meter because they walked closer, okay, by how many, which is 175 meter. So for part B, Y find the length of the sloping edge of this pyramid. So the first thing that I did was I identified the base of the triangle using 3 and 4.8. Okay, so if you run Pythagoras theorem, then you'll be able to identify it as 5.66. So with that being said, okay, we can now know that the base of the y will actually be 2.83 only, because 5.66 divided by 2. Okay, then use Pythagoras theorem again, then you get the sloping edge as 4.9 meter. And for you to calculate the angle, okay, so we have opposite and adjacent here, so you use tangent inverse to find the degree as 54.7. So question 6, okay, pretty straightforward. The model time interval will actually be t less than equals to 30, more than 24. For you to calculate the mean, simply find the midpoint, okay, of the time taken. So it will actually be 5, 17, 27, 35, 50 and 65. Multiply it by its respective frequency, then divide by 400. So the mean will be 30.875. So part B, pretty straightforward, cumulative frequency. So the value will actually be 235, 320 and 390 respectively. With that value, we can now construct the cumulative frequency graph. Okay. The median time will actually be 400 times 50% equals to 200. Then from 200 we draw it down, then we get 29 minutes. So for us to calculate the IQR in the quartile range, simply find 400 times 75% and 400 times 25%. So it's 300 and 100 respectively. So from 300 and 100, we can identify that its value will actually be 36 and 24. So 36 minus 24 equals to 12. Find the 50th percentile. Simply takes 400 times 15% equals to 60. Then from 60 we drew it down and get 19 minutes. So part 4, the numbers of people who took more than 50 minutes to complete. Okay, so from 50 minutes we drew it up, then we identify it as 364. Hence the numbers of people who took more than 50 will be 400 minus 364. The results will be 36 people. Question 7a. So this one is actually the cosine rule. Simply substitute it into the formula I've written down. Then you'll be able to get the answer. As for part 2, simply calculate the area of the triangle using half AB sine C. So the results will actually be 28.18. So part B is the tricky question in question 7. Okay, so I actually key in all the results that we have gotten here. Okay, so bearing of H from G is 45. Okay, bearing of J from G is 126. So just take 126 minus 45, then you get 81. Okay, so with that 81 over there, okay, then the bearing of J from H is 164. So I write down the 164 and I drew a straight line down. Okay, so the H sides is total of 180 degree for the straight line. Hence the balance will be 16 degree. And the 0 over there, so I write down 45 degree. So with that being said, we can now identify angle HJG using the interior angle of a triangle equals to 180. So the balance will actually be 38. So with that being said, we can now calculate GJ's distance because we already have the information needed for us to use sine rule. So question 8a. Okay, so Jamil has X badges. Kira has 12 more badges than Jamil. So Jamil is unknown. Okay, Kira will be 12 plus unknown. Okay, and Luther has 3 times more badges as Kira. So Luther will be 3 bracket 12 plus X. So run the calculation, then you'll be able to find the value of X as 15. So part B, pretty straightforward. Separate it into 2 inequalities and calculate the range. And then the keyword here is to find the integers that satisfy the inequalities. So it will actually be 6 and 7. Question C, straightforward. Cross multiple them, okay, then we're able to get X value as 1.8. And for part 2, simply use negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So a value will actually be 3, b is 7, c is negative 5. So run the calculation, then you will get the results as 0.57 or negative 2.91. Question 9a, okay, find the angle X here, okay. So first thing you need to identify is the BAC equals to BDC because they are angle from the same sector, okay. So it will actually equivalent to X, and then okay, for AC is actually a diameter. Okay, so any angle from the diameter will be equivalent to 90 degrees. So 90 minus 48, then you get X results as 42. Okay, with the 42 that we have gotten, okay, the angle at the center there, okay, will be equivalent to Y. So 180 minus 27 minus 42 equals to 111. (9b), okay, calculate the perimeter of the shaded shape. So the first thing that I did was I calculated the bigger semicircle. So 2 pi r, okay, then I gotten it as 12 pi. So key thing here is to multiply half into it, okay, whereby for the smaller semicircle with a radius of 4, just 2 pi times 4 equals to 8 pi, then half it, into 4 pi. Then the smaller one, smaller semicircle with a radius of 2, so 2 times pi times 2 equals to 4 pi times half. So everything add them up, divide by 2, then you will get 37.7 cm. Then you are now required to find the volume. Okay, so half times pi times 60 square. Do you know why it is 60 square? Because the information that we have gotten is actually in cm. So 1 cm is 10 millimeter, hence 6 cm will actually be 60 millimeter. Okay, minus half times pi times 20 square. Okay, additionally we have the smaller semicircle over there, plus half times pi times 40 square, so the area will actually be 2400 pi. However, this 2400 pi will not be the final answer yet, okay, because we need to multiply by the thickness of this shape, which is 1.6. Okay, so after the calculation we'll get 12,061.72 millimeter cube. Question 10, okay, you can just refer to my drawing and sort out the question. Question 11, okay, we arrange and get x as the subject. So x will actually equivalent to at over t plus r. Okay, as for part B, okay, this one is a tricky one. Okay, so we'll be using a minus b bracket square formula. So a square minus 2ab plus b square. So the b here will actually be a, okay, and the negative 16x will actually be the 2ab that we have there. So after the calculation, we get b's results as 8. Okay. Okay, so our a here will actually be b squared. So just take it as 64. Okay, whereby for our b, it will be negative 8. So I hope you understand this part. Okay, I have written it down clearly over there. If you happen to be stuck, feel free to repeat and watching it. Okay, part C, combine the denominator into 1, then you'll be able to solve this question. So thank you for watching. I hope you find this video helpful. Okay, if you have friends that happen to be struggle at solving all this past year, feel free to share this video to them. So I wish you all the best in your upcoming examination. Thank you.